You've seen it, right? That little pop-up on your banking app or that friendly email from your credit card company. Update your income for better offers. It feels helpful, almost like they're looking out for you. But what if I told you that little request isn't about helping you at all? It's about getting their hands on the one piece of your financial puzzle they are desperate to know. The one thing they can't already see. Your credit report tells them almost everything. Every loan you've had, every late payment, every card you've opened. But there's a massive blind spot. Your credit report contains absolutely no information about your income. They don't know your salary, your savings, or your net worth. And that drives them crazy. I'm about to show you what they're really doing with that information and why the most powerful answer you can give is simply no. My name is Mike, and I spend way too much time thinking about how the financial system actually works behind the scenes. If you're someone who's ever felt like banks somehow always seem one step ahead of you, like they know just enough to profit from you but not enough to protect you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because here's what most people don't realize. Your credit report doesn't include your income, and that drives banks crazy. All right? First thing you need to understand, your bank doesn't know what you make. The three major credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, don't track your salary or your overall assets. Their job is to keep a record of how you manage debt, not how you build wealth. That's by design, partly to prevent certain biases in lending. So when you apply for a credit card, the income you list is just that, a statement. For the most part, they've just taken your word for it. But in today's world of job hopping, side hustles, and the gig economy, that self-reported number from 3 years ago is ancient history to a lender. Banks see this as a huge risk. They have algorithms tracking where you spend every dollar, but the where the money comes from part is a total blur. This creates a massive data gap, a missing piece of your profile that they are becoming increasingly aggressive about filling. Some are even using newer open banking tools to get you to grant them direct access to your bank accounts just to get a peek. Those pop-ups aren't a courtesy, they're a targeted intelligence mission. They frame it as a benefit, better offers, higher limits. But the real motive is their own risk management. It's not about generosity, it's about surveillance. They want to know if you can still handle the credit they've given you, and more importantly, if they can sell you even more debt. So why the sudden full court press? It's a mix of two things. Old school risk calculation and new school data warfare. First, the risk math. The magic number for them is your debt to income ratio, or DTI. This simply compares what you owe each month to what you earn. For a big loan like a mortgage, lenders typically want to see a DTI below 43% and sometimes even lower. While your credit report shows all your debts, they only have your self-reported income to finish the equation. By asking for an update, they can recalculate your DTI on the fly. If your income has dropped, you might suddenly look like a much riskier customer, which could lead them to slash your credit limits or even close your account. But this goes way beyond simple risk management. The second, more concerning motive is the bank's desire to build a hyper-detailed 360-degree profile of you. Your income data is the final secret ingredient for their powerful AI algorithms. When they know what you earn, they can cross-reference it with what you spend. They can predict your behavior, your stress points, and your desires with frankly terrifying accuracy. Having a tough month? Don't be surprised to get a perfectly timed personal loan offer. Just got a raise. They want to know so they can dangle a car loan or a bigger mortgage in front of you. Some argue that banks don't want you out of debt. They want to manage your debt, keeping you on a profitable treadmill of borrowing and repaying. Your income data lets them fine-tune that treadmill, ensuring it spins at the perfect speed to maximize their profits, not your financial freedom. If you want to see just how far a bank will go to get this data, look no further than the infamous American Express Financial Review, or FR. This isn't a friendly pop-up. This is an intrusive, stressful, full-blown audit of your financial life. Here's how it works. Without warning, your cards just stop working. You could be at the grocery store or booking a flight and declined. You log into your account and see a notice that your charging privileges have been suspended. You are now under financial review. What triggers this? Amex is secretive, but common causes include a sudden, massive increase in your spending, like going from $2,000 a month to $15,000, or applying for a bunch of new cards at once. Once the review starts, American Express will demand proof of your income. And they don't just want a pay stub. They'll ask you to sign IRS Form 4506C. This form gives Amex explicit permission to request your official tax transcripts directly from the IRS. They will see exactly what you earned and compare it to what you claimed. In some cases, they'll demand months of your personal bank statements too. You can refuse, of course, but if you do, you can bet they will close all of your accounts. And here's the most brutal part. If your accounts are shut down, you risk forfeiting every single membership rewards point you've ever earned. They can simply vanish. The whole ordeal can take weeks, even months. If your tax returns match what you told them, your accounts will likely be restored. But if you exaggerated your income, the consequences are severe. They might gut your credit limits or, more likely, permanently close your accounts. The Amex Financial Review is the ultimate example of why banks crave your income data, to protect themselves by holding you accountable with your own financial history. So, what do you do in a world of data-hungry banks? You become a smarter, more skeptical player in their game. First, about those pop-up requests. Unless you are actively applying for a new loan or a big credit line increase where you want your higher income considered, you are under no obligation to respond. Money expert Clark Howard suggests that if your income has gone down, you definitely don't want to volunteer that information, as it could lead to a lower credit limit right when you need it most. Just ignore the pop-up. Closing the window is your most powerful tool. Now, what if your income has gone up? It's true that updating it could lead to better offers, which can lower your credit utilization and help your credit score. But go in with your eyes open. Giving them a higher number might invite more scrutiny and could even be a soft trigger for a verification process. If you choose to update it, just be ready for them to ask for proof. When it comes to something like the Amex Financial Review, the best defense is a good offense. Be honest about your income from day one. Avoid sudden, wild spikes in spending that look out of character. And here's a pro tip from the community. If you ever find yourself under review, try to transfer your membership rewards points to a partner airline or hotel program if you can. It might just save them if your account gets closed. Ultimately, you need to shift your mindset. Your financial data isn't just a bunch of numbers, it's a valuable asset. Banks want it because it makes their business more profitable, not because they're trying to do you a favor. Figuring all of this out can be tricky, but understanding the real motives behind the institutions you deal with is the first step toward taking back control. If this gave you a new perspective, consider subscribing for more content that demystifies finance and puts the power back in your hands. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share this video. In the end, remember this. Your credit report tells the story of your debts, but your income tells the story of your potential. Banks already have access to the first part. Don't just hand them the second. Be mindful, be skeptical, and protect your data. It's one of the most valuable assets you own.